God damn it, man. I fucking love professional wrestling. I love it so much. And it's shows like tonight, like the Elimination Chamber, that make you fall in love with it so much. The show, from top to bottom, was incredible. An incredible show. And I'll tell you what, it was the best WWE show since WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Tonight's show really kicked off the road to WrestleMania. It was not the Royal Rumble. The Royal Rumble was a very good show, but this show tonight was on another level. And Triple H's words, industry changing, right on point. John Cena never went heel under Vince McMahon. And I would have never thought during the retirement tour that John Cena would be going heel and aligning with the final boss, The Rock. He sold his soul to Dwayne Johnson. And Hollywood corporate Cena is here. And we have 9 more months. 9 months of John Cena. So enjoy it while you can, because he's not going to be with us after this year. And the historic John Cena heel turn wasn't the only reason why this show was so incredible. We had a great chamber match before that happened, with Cena winning. We had Bianca Belair win the Women's Chamber. Jade Cargill and Randy Orton made their returns. But I don't want to put this under the rug because of what happened with John Cena and The Rock. But goddamn, man, that unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn was fucking fantastic. And so far, in 2025, it was the best wrestling match of the year. And I'm not sure if it's going to hold up much longer because Revolution is next weekend and there's guaranteed going to be bangers on that show. But that match was fucking fantastic. And there was one thing missing from that match. And we'll get to that when we talk about that. But I apologize for last night's SmackDown review. For some reason, it's saved as a document, and I wasn't able to upload it. So I'm like, you know what? I'm too tired for it. I'm not going to do a SmackDown review. And tonight, I'm taking the safe option, and I'm filming my review on this shitty-ass Dell computer. But we'll make it work like we always do here on the channel. And I thank you guys so much for joining me for the Elimination Chamber review podcast. If you haven't already, be sure to go ahead and check out this week's videos. We got Raw, AEW. We weren't able to do SmackDown, but I'll be at SmackDown next week, and I'll talk about that at the end of the show. So, let's not waste any much time. Let's talk Elimination Chamber. Let's talk about this show. It opened with the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We had Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair start things off. And they're about to lock up collar and elbow. And Jade Cargill's music hits. And she's wearing all black. She's storming down the ring. And Liv Morgan looks petrified, like a scared little girl. And Jade Cargill is talking trash. And she goes after Naomi. And Bianca Belair had to put on the best acting performance she has ever done. She was kicking, screaming, crying, slamming the chamber pod, telling Jade Cargill to stop attacking Naomi. And the big spot here was Jade Cargill sliding the chamber door onto Naomi. And that took Naomi out the match. After that spot, Naomi was not able to compete in this match. So the crowd also gave the Naomi the goodbye treatment. So this was basically a five-way, fatal five-way. We had Bianca, Roxanne, Bayley, and Alexa Bliss in that order. And Bayley was the first one eliminated after she dumped Roxanne Perez over the top rope, and Liv Morgan hit an Oblivion onto Bayley for the 3 count. And the spot of the match was Bianca and Liv up on top of one of the pods. And Bianca takes her hair whip and smacks it over the back of Liv Morgan. And then she does a crossbody off the top. But that hair whip, it echoed throughout the crowd. It got a holy shit chant. They showed it about 10 times. I counted 6, but they showed that hair whip so many times. That was definitely the spot of the match. Roxanne Perez got eliminated next after a combination of the Code Breaker into a KOD, into Twisted Bliss, and we're down to 3. We're down to Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, and Alexa Bliss. And Alexa, she hits the Twisted Bliss onto Bianca Belair, but then Liv Morgan rolls up Alexa with Bianca's hair around her leg and pins Alexa Bliss. So Alexa's out of the match. It's down to Liv and Bianca, like we all expected. They do their back and forth. Liv hits the Oblivion, or goes for the Oblivion. Bianca counters it. She lifts up Liv Morgan and hits the KOD, and Bianca Belair punches her ticket for a Women's World Championship match at WrestleMania. She has a stare down with Rhea Ripley and Io Sky after the match happens, and this has me thinking on Monday we're getting a DQ. Not a DQ. We're getting a double count out. We're going to get a double count out. We're not going to know what's going on. Adam Pearce is going to come out, and he's going to rule it a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And I think it's going to be a triple threat match because Io deserves to be in there as well. And the 3 of those ladies, Bianca, Io, and Rhea, that could be match of the night on one of those 2 nights. So that's my prediction for the Io-Rhea match on Monday night as we get a double count out that leads to a triple threat at WrestleMania. And as far as the match goes, I thought the match was good. They had a good match. And the story was good. The story of the match was Bianca Belair was an emotional mess when Jade Cargill attacked Naomi. So she had to overcome that. She was going through a lot of emotions, and she overcame it. She powered through it, and she won the chamber match. And that was the story of the match. So I thought it was a good match and a good story, which I think will lead to a triple threat match at WrestleMania. And then after 15 minutes of advertisements, it was time for Tiffany and Trish Stratus against Candice LeRae and Nia Jax. And I got to be honest with you guys, I really didn't pay attention that much to the match. I mean, I was watching it, but then I had my dog next to me who wanted attention, so I had to give attention to Harper. But the match was what it needed to be. It was to the point. Um, it was okay. I would have much rather seen other matches on the show. I would have rather seen a title defense, like a Braun Breaker in a Continental title match, or Tiffany defending against Trish, whatever. I don't think this match needed to be on the show. It felt like a SmackDown match, if I'm being honest with you. And Tiffany pinned Nia Jax. So I'm just happy that we're able to move on from it now. And it seems like Tiffany is going to be fully concentrating on a feud with Charlotte Flair going into WrestleMania. Now it's time to talk about the unsanctioned match between Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And before the match, Michael Cole brings up the history. And while he brings up the history, he talks about Kevin Steen and El Generico, which popped me. This match was a freaking classic, and it was incredible any word you can think of. And the only problem with it was there was no blood. And in a match like this, and how personal it was, there should have been blood. But I'm not going to give it too much criticism because this match made up for it. This match was freaking fantastic. So let's just talk about it. First of all, the referee is not wearing a WWE logo. Sami is wearing black. Kevin is wearing black. They have turnbuckles that are black. The arena is blackened out, which I liked. I thought all of that was great. So there's a bunch of chairs in the ring, and Kevin Owens pulls out a hockey stick. He hits it on Sami's stomach, and then it's over his mouth like this, and he starts biting his head and biting his nose, and he walks like a man possessed. But Sami gets up, he hits a haluva kick over the barricade, and they're fighting in the crowd. They're fighting on the stairs in the 100 section. And then Kevin takes a beer can and smashes it over Sami's face. He's about to put him through this table, but Sami counters it and gives him a back body drop through a table. And he sees there's another table right beside him. And he gives him another back body drop. This time there was more drinks and a bag of popcorn on that table, and he gave him a back body drop. So, way to waste all that alcoholic drinks right there. They're back in the ring, and they're doing all the big spots. They have a brain buster through a chair. They do a fisherman suplex by Kevin Owens through a table. And then Sami's making this big comeback. And Sami Zayn is out here hitting snapdragons. And Michael Cole's here calling it a suplex. It's a snapdragon, Michael Cole. But they do this spot now where Sami's fired up. He goes for the Aluva kick, and he takes out the referee. And Kevin hits a stunner. And Charles Robinson comes sprinting down. And Charles counts 1, 2. And Sami kicks out. And Kevin immediately gets up and clotheslines the shit out of Charles Robinson. I fucking loved that. That was awesome. He clotheslined the fuck out of this guy. And so we have a third referee coming down, and Kevin Owens is talking shit. It's all your fault. This is all your fault. Your family's going to pay for this. And he's running to the corner, and Sami Zayn hits him with a haluva kick. And we get a third referee coming down. Counts 1, 2, and Kevin kicks out. And then Sami goes underneath the ring. And there's two things that happened on that show tonight that never happens in the WWE. And that is barbed wire and someone saying the word fuck without it being bleeped out. So Sami grabs this barbed wire steel chair and he smacks it over the back of Kevin Owens twice, and he sits it down, and he does the leg trap. Kevin goes face first into the barbed wire chair, and then Kevin gets hit by a blue thunder bomb onto the barbed wire chair. So obviously you can tell this is a gimmick barbed wire chair. It's still cool that they have barbed wire in there, but you can tell it's gimmicked. Kevin Owens was not bleeding at the end of this. He should have been busted open when he went face first into the barbed wire. He had no blood at all. He had no blood on his back. So, I mean, you could tell this was gimmicked barbed wire, but it was still cool to have barbed wire technically in a WWE match. But the finish was Sami got hit by a pop-up powerbomb inside the ring. And at this point, there's tons of referees. There's agents. Shane Helms is out there. Pete Williams is out there. Jason Jordan's out there. God damn it, they want this match to stop. So Kevin Owens takes a steel chair. He puts it over Sami's head. And he throws him into the ring post. And he throws him into the other ring post. And he gives him a pop-up powerbomb onto the ring apron. And it's calling back to their days in NXT when Kevin Owens turned heel on Sami Zayn and gave him a pop-up powerbomb onto the ring apron. So he gives him 2 pop-up powerbombs onto the ring apron, and Kevin Owens wins. This was fantastic. Again, the only thing that was missing from this match was blood. But I'm not going to criticize it too hard because it was very violent. I did not care that it was a long match. I was absolutely enjoying it. And at the end of the day, they put on a classic. And it was right now the match of the year in 2025. And Kevin, he rips the apron, not the apron, the mat outside the ring apart. He has Sami Zayn. He's about to package pile driver Sami Zayn. And during this match, I'm like, where's Randy Orton? Where's Randy Orton? So Sami's about to get package pile driver onto the cement. And now, cue Randy Orton. Randy Orton's back. He stares a hole into Kevin Owens. He runs to the ring. He hits him with an RKO. He's got a chair, but he throws it to the outside. And he's got that look in his face. He goes to the corner. He's going to punt his head off. And he gets stopped by agents and security. And Kevin Owens is out of there. And obviously, Randy is furious. He is getting out of there. And Kevin Owens is getting out of there. Randy hits RKOs with he hits a bunch of security guards with RKOs, and obviously that's the big spot they're building up to, is Randy Orton giving Kevin Owens the pun. Whether that's at WrestleMania or after WrestleMania, I'm sure that's how the feud is going to end. But now it seems all but confirmed that we are going to get Randy Orton and Kevin Owens at WrestleMania. And SmackDown, because, I would assume Cena and Cody are going to be on both shows. SmackDown needs a hot angle, a hot feud that is just strictly on SmackDown going into WrestleMania. I would guess there's other feuds that are going to be happening on Raw, but SmackDown needed a feud that you could get emotionally invested in. And now we have it with Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And that's all but confirmed for WrestleMania. What Sami Zayn does on that show, I have no idea. No idea. But that match was freaking incredible. The angle afterwards with Randy returning was great. And goddamn, I hope this is not the last time we see Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn this year. At some point this year, I want them to run it back. Let's run it back later on this year. So now, we're at the main event. The men's chamber match. We have John Cena, CM Punk, Logan Paul, Damian Priest, and starting off the match is Drew McIntyre and Seth Rollins. So we're going to start right here. John Cena comes in at number 5, and he starts cleaning house. He hits the 5 moves of doom. He hits an AA on Seth Rollins. He hits the You Can't See Me on Logan Paul. And then after that, he hits Logan Paul with the Attitude Adjustment, but then gets Claymored by Drew McIntyre. And after that Claymore, Drew McIntyre gets rolled up by Damian Priest, and Drew McIntyre is out of there. So Drew McIntyre is the first guy out. He then, out of frustration, claymores Damian Priest, which sets up a frog splash from Logan Paul from the top of the pod onto Damian Priest, and Logan Paul pins Damian Priest. So I have nothing wrong with Damian Priest. I think he's a good character. I think he's a good wrestler. I think he's a great babyface. But after the year that Drew McIntyre had last year, with getting fucked over and over and over again by CM Punk on 3 pay-per-views, and then bleeding buckets inside Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood, after the year that he had last year for the WWE, which was the best year of his career, his reward at WrestleMania is a one-on-one match with Damian Priest, which is going to be probably the second or third show on one of the nights. I don't know, man. That doesn't sit well with me. Drew McIntyre is too good to be scheduled for a match that means nothing with Damian Priest. Yes, there's a story there. Damian Priest has now eliminated Drew McIntyre in the Royal Rumble and in the Elimination Chamber. Damian Priest is constantly calling Drew McIntyre a crybaby. They have the story of Priest cashing in on McIntyre last year at WrestleMania. Priest beating McIntyre in his home country of Scotland. There's a story there between those guys. I just think Drew McIntyre should have had a bigger match at WrestleMania instead of wrestling Damian Priest. That's my opinion on all of that. So now we're down to 4, and Logan Paul is with Punk, and he's going to go and hit the buckshot. Punk counters it, swinging neck breaker, slaps him in the face to get revenge from Monday, hits the GTS, and CM Punk eliminates Logan Paul. So now we're down to 3. And I'm like, God damn. It's Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and John Cena. And Punk and Cena have done the bare fucking minimum to get to the final 3. That's literally what I told myself. These guys did the bare minimum to get to this point. Well, they turned it up a notch. They absolutely turned it up a notch. Cena, he goes to shake Punk's hand, but Punk starts doing the yay boo with Cena, and they literally do that for like 40 seconds until Punk counters the you can't see me, hits the knee onto Cena, and then Cena counters the running bulldog, and then he goes for the you can't see me, and Seth Rollins distracts him. Then Seth Rollins and Cena go at it for a long time, and Cena is about to hit Seth Rollins with the. First of all, CM Punk was kicking out of a lot. CM Punk kicked out of the attitude adjustment, and CM Punk kicked out of the curb stomp. Then, now we get to this point. Cena tried to hit attitude adjustment, but then Punk got Rollins, hit him with the GTS, and Cena hit him with the attitude adjustment. And CM Punk pinned Seth Rollins. And it goes back to SmackDown last night, where Rollins told Punk, if I don't win the Elimination Chamber, you're absolutely not going to win. So Punk counters the attitude adjustment, Cena counters the GTS, and Cena is looking for the STF. And Punk gets to the ropes, and he kicks Cena away from him. And Seth Rollins comes back in the chamber, and he curb stomps CM Punk. And Cena sees this, and he immediately takes advantage. He gives CM Punk the STF as Rollins is screaming at him to pass out. You better pass out. And indeed, CM Punk does pass out. And John Cena wins his final Elimination Chamber match. And he's going on to WrestleMania. So, great match. They had a great match. We set up a lot of matches at WrestleMania. We have they set up Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, and they set up a triple threat with Seth Rollins, CM Punk, and Roman Reigns. Because Seth Rollins, he curb stomped Roman Reigns into oblivion at Royal Rumble, and tonight Seth Rollins curb stomped CM Punk. He drilled his head into the mat, and I'm for sure we're getting that triple threat match at WrestleMania. So then Cody comes out. Oh my God. Here we go. Cena lets Cody in the ring. They're putting each other over. They're raising their hands to the crowd. And then Travis Scott's music hits. And the only thing bad about this was Travis Scott. There's no need for Travis Scott to be involved in this at all. But he comes out with The Rock. And The Rock caresses Cody's face. He says, the moment has came. If you say yes, the American Nightmare will live forever. If you say no, the American Nightmare's dreams will be crushed by the final boss. Give me your soul. I want you to be my brother. I will embrace you with a hug. And Cody tells The Rock, he's like, Rock, many years ago, I sold my soul, and I don't really have one anymore. He said, I sold my soul to this ring and these fans. And the crowd's going crazy. And Cody he says, Rock, go fuck yourself. And Cena's going crazy in the back. And there's Cena. He embraces Cody. He daps him up. He gives him a hug. And he stares at Dwayne. And Dwayne goes with the kill symbol. And he blows him a kiss. And the crowd sees Cena's face. And they're like, they're not going to do this, are they? They can't possibly do this. And Cena goes low. Cena hits a low blow onto Cody Rhodes. This crowd is shook. Hogan turned heel in 1996 on WCW to join the NWO. In 2025, John Cena, in his final year, turned heel on Cody Rhodes to sell his soul to Dwayne Johnson. So Cena, he's punching Cody Rhodes in the face, and Michael Cole is fucking livid. The second time he punches him with brass knucks, and he's continuously punching him in the face with brass knucks. He grabs the microphone and he smashes it over the head of Cody. Cody is unconscious. Dwayne is just sitting there. And Cena smashes the title over Cody's head. And he smashes it over his head again. And Cena goes to the ropes. And he poses with the WWE Championship. And at this point, Cody, he's busted open. And Cena hits him with the title for the third time. Cena rips his shirt off. Cody is bleeding. He ties Cody's tie over his neck. And Rock tells Cena to hold down Cody by the legs. He tells Travis Scott to hold down Cody by the arm. And The Rock gets that weight belt that he showed last night on SmackDown that said Cody's soul and the date that Dusty died. And Cena is putting a stranglehold onto Cody Rhodes. And The Rock whips Cody Rhodes 3 times with this belt. Cena puts his foot over his head. Cena poses with The Rock. And The Rock puts Cody's blood on the belt. And they walk away. Lots of boos. So now Cody is the ultimate babyface champion. The next John Cena. Cena is a grizzled, old Hollywood heel. We've got John Cena and The Rock as a heel duo in 2025. I put out a tweet today that WWE has too many top baby faces. They have John Cena, CM Punk, Seth Rollins, Sami Zayn, Cody Rhodes, Roman Reigns. There's too many guys that are top baby faces in the company. I didn't put Jey Uso in there because Jey Uso is not turning heel anytime soon. He's too over. He's the top baby face on Raw. I'm like, there's too many top baby faces. One of these guys have to turn heel. If I had to guess, it's either going to be Punk or Seth. I thought it would be Punk. Never did I think in my lifetime as a wrestling fan that John Cena would turn heel. And they had the opportunity to do it a lot of times. They had the opportunity to do it in 2012 when he was wrestling The Rock. They had the opportunity to do it in 2011 before he wrestled CM Punk. Vince McMahon never wanted to turn John Cena heel. And here we are in 2025. Triple H is running shit now. And Triple H pulls the fucking trigger and turns John Cena heel. I literally stood up on my couch after the low blow. I was speechless. Absolutely speechless with this. And it fits into the whole winning my 17th championship is best for business. It's best for business for me to main event WrestleMania. Going back to what he said at the press conference at the Royal Rumble, and going with the gimmick that he's on a retirement tour, but he never shows up. McIntyre brought it up. Punk brought it up. Rollins told him to go back and film more movies. Cena is the next. The Rock is the biggest Hollywood star right now. And he's passing it along to John Cena once John Cena retires from WWE. John Cena is a fucking heel. We're getting Hollywood heel Cena versus the American Nightmare, babyface champion, Cody Rhodes. Is John Cena as a heel going to win his 17th championship at WrestleMania? Lord, we're in for a fucking wild 6 weeks of Road to WrestleMania. And I don't know what's going to happen, dude. Is Cody going to show up to SmackDown on Friday? I have no idea, man. I hope so. I'm being biased. I'll be at SmackDown on Friday. We'll be vlogging and all. I really hope Cody's on SmackDown Friday. I know we're not getting Cena. Cena's advertised for the international shows in Belgium, Scotland, and London. He's advertised for those shows. But, dude, Triple H put out a tweet yesterday saying this weekend was going to be industry changing. This might be industry changing. Rock and Cena as a heel duo? Never in a million years. Never would I have imagined that. This was the best WWE show since WrestleMania 40 last year in Philadelphia. This show was incredible. Top to bottom. The chamber matches. I thought the men's one was better because it had more drama in it. But the unsanctioned match was the best match of the night. But goddamn, that's a historic heel turn by John Cena. It'll be talked about forever. And ladies and gentlemen, that's your Elimination Chamber review. An incredible show. Fucking incredible. The road to WrestleMania did not start at the Royal Rumble. It started at the Elimination Chamber. And now we're truly on the road to WrestleMania. I'm getting out of here. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Be sure to subscribe to the Big Fight Fuel channel. I will be at SmackDown on Friday. Vlogging at SmackDown. I have pretty good seats too. Subscribe to the channel, man. I'll be at SmackDown on Friday. We got Revolution next weekend. And we got a crazy road to WrestleMania coming up. So subscribe. Comment down below your thoughts on the show. Hit the like button if you like what you heard from me. And follow me on Twitter, Colin_Joseph. You can follow me on TikTok too. I'm doing some wrestling content over there as well. Colin_Joseph. Guys, what an unforgettable night. What a show. Kudos to WWE. Kudos to Triple H, man. I'm excited for the road to WrestleMania. Peace.